Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brands founder and CEO Craig Karmazin.
And good morning and welcome to it. It is a full slate. The entire team is here. It must mean it is time for a big game. I don't know if that means it's a big game because the Brewers are going to reach their largest win total in the history of the franchise, or because Micah Parsons returns to Dallas, or because the United States will have the biggest comeback in the history of the Ryder Cup, even more dramatic than the Miracle of Medina. I don't know what it is. Or is it because we still have to react to what happened a week ago at Camp Randall Stadium? We should have someone in the studio from Cincinnati. Maybe he could tell us with Luke Fickell what went wrong with that whole thing.
Which Luke Fickell we have at Wisconsin right now?
Yes. Exactly. So I think there's a lot of places you could start, but I think we should continue to start on this show at least.
I know
everyone's got their Packers shirts on, but as you say, Greg, we are in fact a Brewers show. And, we could say since mid-August, this team's 3 games under 500, limping in a little bit, but that is not how it feels to me.
I don't think that's the right phrase.
Yeah. That is not how it feels at all to me. I think there's questions, right, around Miz, right? Is he on the roster in the postseason? There's questions around the bullpen and injuries. But, think about this. Another division win, and more importantly, no one would have predicted. I remember looking at the odds. It was plus 1,000 in the middle of August for the Brewers to end up with the best record in Major League Baseball.
Well, you missed out on that, didn't you?
I did miss out on that, as it was clinched last night with the Philadelphia Phillies loss. I don't know how much you could say, right, about what the job that Pat Murphy and this entire organization has done to once again be the best team in Major League Baseball in 2025.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think that the way Brewers fans are feeling as far as the skepticism is just all based on history, right? It's like when the Packers had gone through that run where they consistently would win the division and then not get to the Super Bowl, where Packers fans just fell into this self-fulfilling prophecy.
What was your analogy always? They couldn't get past the champagne room, was it? That you used with the Packers?
It was that, Wisconsin was stuck in the champagne room of sports.
That's what it was, yeah. Okay.
You can expand on that if you'd like. But the idea of
I have no
Brewers
knowledge of that
fans
subject.
being skeptical is because no matter how great they've been in the regular season, when they get to the playoffs, they haven't had a lot of success. And I think this year, despite the fact that this is their 3rd straight division title, right? 4 in 5 years, that this team has been as consistent as any other, that they have had the best record in baseball. You could look at it 2 ways. You could look at it from a positive standpoint of, well, they achieved their goal, the goal that we've talked about for the past couple of months. Get that number 1 seed, get that best record in baseball, get the 6 days that you're going to need to get healthy because you've got Woodruff, you've got Quintana, you've got McGill, you've got guys that you want to get healthy. And that's a success in itself. Or you could choose to believe the other piece of it, which is this magic word of momentum of now all of a sudden they're not as hot as they were in August. It'd be impossible to be as hot as they were in August. But there is that question of, okay, after today's game, what do they look like come next Saturday? That's a long way off. And I think it's understandable to be a little skeptical about what it looks like when they start playing baseball again after 6 days off, which is the longest break they'll have had the entire season. Even the All-Star break, they don't get 6 straight days off.
Yeah, but I view that as a positive thing, Greg.
I definitely agree with that.
I don't view this team as limping.
Schools of thought.
Yes, I understand you explaining them, but I'm definitely on one side of the school of thought than the other.
Well, don't you think when you went, just to go back, and Brewers fans are like, we've had it the worst. Only one team wins every year. So, it is going to be a crushing way that your season ends in the postseason if you make the postseason every year.
Yeah. Okay, but I agree with you.
Oh, here we go.
This isn't the team, and look, I'm confident in this Brewers team. I'm more in the school of thought that you guys are as well.
Yeah.
This is a good thing. This isn't a Brewers team that has consistently won playoff series and then gotten their heart broken.
Yeah.
This is a
Yep.
Brewers team.
No, since 2018, 2 playoff wins total, right, of games, right?
Yes.
So it hasn't been a lot of playoff winning games recently, so I get that. I'm not trying to spin that this team has had like the Game 7 NLCS exit the last 5 years.
No, but this team's different, and the expectation should be different because you've been the best team in baseball since mid-May. You've been the best team in baseball all summer. You leapfrogged the Cubs in, what was that, early July, and you haven't looked back since. Now, when it comes to some of those names you mentioned, Greg, I'm just writing Brandon Woodruff off the way Pat Murphy's talking about him.
I think
he's not even around.
Potentially see in the NLCS.
Maybe.
The divisional series is out.
Maybe. I agree with that. Quintana with a simulated game the other day, as well as McGill. So it sounds like both those guys will be back. Sounds like McGill's going to pitch today in the regular season finale, and so we'll see how he does. But you're loading back up your biggest strong suit, which is your bullpen. That was the thing you had the most confidence in prior to some of these injuries. And now that you get Trevor McGill back, maybe you utilize Mizorowski in that spot after last night. I don't know about that, but you feel good about your Mearses, your Koenigs.
Can you trust him just to throw strikes? Like, it's not even the balls that were hit.
Yet. He's not
I'm
ready
saying
yet.
the balls that were hit, like, he gave up some hard hit balls. Those bothered me less than his ability to throw strikes when you're coming in out of the bullpen in a postseason game when theoretically, it's not like it used to be where it's like, okay, we're going to have our starter, we're going to maybe a setup, and then a closer. Like, you're going to have like 5 pitchers pitching in a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't have one of them that you can't count on, right? You have to, it's not like, okay, this guy has such a high ceiling. It's more of, how high is the floor? Who are the pitchers who, when they come in, what can you count on them for? I think right now with Miz, that is tough to think about. It feels like he has a really high ceiling, but it feels like his floor is also pretty low. We've seen him the last 2 games against Cincinnati give up, be involved in 6-run innings.
So your gut feeling right now tells you he's probably not on the divisional series roster? I would vote he's not. I don't think he makes the cut.
Oh, I think he does.
Yeah, my gut is he's on the roster.
Yeah.
How do they utilize him?
The way they did last night.
Well, I don't love that.
Well, I think you're going
And
to have a much quicker hook. If he comes in and he's not throwing strikes and he's not finding the strike zone, then you're going to take him out. But I think with his velocity and what he can do when he is on, the ceiling is worth it to me if all of a sudden you can catch him in the right spot and you can get a big inning against whoever you're playing there in the NLDS.
So let me start with this because the guy has certainly proven he has superstar potential. He could be one of the best pitchers in the MLB in a couple of years. I just don't view him as ready right now.
Major League Baseball All-Star this year, which
but we talked about that.
I know, but it's kind of interesting, right? I wonder if a Major League Baseball All-Star
has ever
been
roster?
healthy, completely healthy, and not been on the roster.
Great point by you.
There's no chance that's true.
No shot.
Yeah.
He'd be the first one, right? I would guess. Anyway, I don't view him as ready because when Mizorowski pitches, I think all of us as Brewers fans kind of collectively hold our breath going, all right, which inning is it going to be? Which inning is he going to have the bad inning? It happened several times with the starts this year. Lead off home run, and then he settles in, but you're already in a deficit. You can't allow that in the postseason. Every pitch matters way too much for, I wonder if this will be the bad inning. And obviously last night, I liked the idea of him coming in relief and coming out of the bullpen and in a high-leverage spot, but we know how that went. Not well. Despite it bases loaded, I think it was 2 outs or 1 out when he came in. And then he allows however many runs. Now, this is game 161. This is not game 2 of the NLDS. Very different spots that we're talking about here. I don't know if I can trust him in that spot, and I don't know if Pat Murphy can.
You're telling me in the 6th inning of a game 2 in the NLDS, you wouldn't want to see Miz go up against the 6th, 7th, 8th batters and see if he's got his good stuff?
Who would you rather have, Grant Anderson or Miz?
I want this team to try to win. And, I don't want them to try to not lose. And if you have Mizorowski and what he's capable of, put him out there. And if he walks the first batter, get him out. Like, take him out.
So make the leash incredibly short, but he's worth keeping on your roster.
You can't do that in
Well,
baseball
yeah, you
anymore.
can't anymore,
You got to
but-
face 3 guys,
Yes.
right? So it's not.
That is true.
Yeah,
that
you
is
can't
true.
just
I would
do
still
that.
rather go out and roll the dice and try to see if you can get Hot Miz.
You've always
than
been a
Cole
gambler,
Miz.
Greg. I like
I
it.
have, because in the end, like,
Wait, I'm confused a little. So Freddie Peralta's still pitching today?
yeah, from
Is
last
that
I
some
saw.
like Cy Young thing or what?
He's not winning a Cy Young.
What's that about? I'm
I
saying,
mean, you just keep him on the schedule.
is that to
right?
keep him on the schedule? You feel like
Now you have 6 games off. He's going to start your first.
Yep.
You assume he's going to
Yeah,
start
he'll
the
be a good
playoff
one.
didn't
opener.
Freddie come in relief in one of those games last year, or was that the year before?
I think it was 2 years ago.
in the
I-
playoffs.
Or 3 years
Yeah.
ago, I guess it would be.
I definitely feel like I was at a game where Freddie came in relief.
Yeah, that
in
makes
the
sense.
postseason.
I think Woodruff did it. I think Burns did it at one point.
Maybe I'm wrong. Wasn't it last year? Didn't he come in for the 8th before Devin Williams in the 9th?
might
or no?
have, yes.
I could be totally wrong. So we're sure that it's better to just stay on schedule here. So, and I trust Pat Murphy and I trust the Brewers on this.
Yeah, their next game isn't until Saturday.
Yeah, I'm saying versus just getting some rest, knowing that hopefully you're going for a big run here.
I feel like keep him in his rhythm.
Update, Craig was right. Freddie Peralta did pitch the 8th inning against the Mets in Game 3 last year. Good memory.
There you
Look
go.
at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think he's not going to go 8 today. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
Like,
So you're
they're gonna
saying
push him 95 pitches.
You're saying 70 pitches,
Yep.
5 innings,
Yeah.
looking
If that,
dominant.
yeah.
They're up 2-1 when he leaves, and we're all happy.
Yes.
I know they've already solidified the best record in baseball, but how badly do we want to see win 97?
By the way, how Badger, when we I know we're not supposed to get distracted by what's on TV.
I love it.
But right now, Keanu Benton
And
Nice.
and Nick Herbig
Yep.
Nice.
just
Team up.
combined for a sack in the NFL. So literally, we're watching a defense in the NFL as the Steelers are playing the Vikings live right now in Ireland, in Dublin, the first ever game there, where 2 Badgers just combined for a sack in an NFL game,
While
and
celebrating.
neither of them are the best Badger on that defense.
That's correct.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Not even close. Yes.
Right? TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
Hey, no credit to me for getting the TVs fired up before 10 o'clock.
Oh,
job.
my God.
TJ.
right,
what?
He needs it, right?
I
He
mean,
needs-
what level of validation do you need for turning the TVs on? in the
Craig will
studio?
tell you it is a constant battle for me in here. So I got him going. I'm proud of
great.
myself.
He
You know
did. He
what?
did a good
Give
job.
me some credit.
Awesome job.
TJ. So
Kyle, give me some
You know
credit.
what? Great job breathing today.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Kyle.
So
Credit,
Aaron
please.
Rodgers and the 2-1 Pittsburgh Steelers up 14-6. Remember, it was one of these hosts of the 4 of us who said the Steelers were going to get out to a nice first 4 games here. So looks like that might be the case.
Nice
if they
job,
can
Craig.
Hold on here.
I must have missed that show because I was a believer in the Steelers as well.
I was also
Yeah, you
believing
missed
the
all the
Steelers.
When y'all
shows.
say believer in the Steelers, what are we believing in?
10 and
I think
7.
they're a playoff team.
Oh, okay.
Double-digit
agree.
wins.
I agree.
Believers
In that
I said
division,
9.
Who is on
coming
that
into
show?
the year, coming into that year,
Who have they beaten anybody?
These two.
He's victory lapping an opinion we all had.
No, not Kyle.
No,
Kyle was fighting Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron, they're not. I said this might be the first season they finished over the 500.
Oh, shut up.
yeah.
Yeah, I said 8 wins. I
Yeah.
said they're 8 wins. They're not making the playoffs. They're still not making the
Big
playoffs.
Steelers show on Sunday, Karma, apparently.
Yeah. It's a Badger show. All right.
Yeah.
So we will
Did you
talk
get
about
the Ryder
Green
Cup on one of these TVs?
Yeah,
I thought I did.
We will
maybe
talk
not.
about
Okay.
the Green Bay Packers as a big one for them against the Dallas Cowboys, coming off a disappointing loss.
Craig, you're on time.
We'll talk some more Packers with you. Still a lot more Brewers, Badgers, and Ryder Cup for you this morning. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Even though it's not the season of giving, we still want to thank Jerry for his gift.
As Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out. He's got him. His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Get all your green and gold coverage leading up to Packers versus Cowboys on Sunday Night Football right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Micah. Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6.25 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay Doritos, Sun Chips, Ruffles, or Tostitos dip, 2 for $7. 24-pack selected varieties, Pure Life Water, $3.99. 14-ounce or 3-count selected varieties, Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4.5 to 5.3 ounce selected varieties, Chobani Flip Greek Yogurt, 2 for $3.
I am starving. Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day.
Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. When it's game day, every detail matters, from the perfect seat on the couch to the perfect spread on the table. For over 125 years, Coops has been bringing incredible flavor to the table with 14 bold mustard flavors that turn good food great and great food amazing. Whether it's brats, burgers, or pretzels at halftime, Coops isn't your ordinary mustard. It's extraordinary mustard. So this football season, bring the bold, bring the flavor, bring Coops. Coops Mustard, spreading the love since 1897.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We are going to grind out at bats. You have to throw quality pitches in order to get us out. And then once we get on the base paths, you have to worry about us. It's a different brand of baseball.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Take me through that, take me through that. Take me through that, take me through that. Take me through that, take me through that.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Struggling Green Bay Packers, 3 straight road losses. Match up today against the team the Chicago Bears dominated last week. Kyle, see how your struggling Green Bay Packers, if they could be as good as the Chicago Bears who beat them the last time they played. Would that be a good? I mean, that's a fair narrative, right? The last time the Packers and Bears played, the Bears beat them. The Bears just dominated the Cowboys. Packers have lost 3 straight games on the road, and now we're going on the road today.
I didn't know you lived under a bridge, you little troll.
That was the
trolling.
That was the trolling version of it. I was just kidding. Wow.
What happened? What's
happening?
He got something distracted him. What happened?
Text message. Morning, gents. Packers favored by a touchdown at Dallas against an elite quarterback is absurd. expect another golden egg to be laid, especially by their offensive line today.
Oh, we love Stacy.
Hey, Stacy. Yeah, the offensive line does concern me, but the good news is they're not playing
quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I was just ignoring that.
Wait a minute, Dak he's not elite, but Dak is a very good quarterback.
Dak is very good.
No. And I'm an okay. CeeDee Lamb is not playing.
Yes,
and neither is their center or left guard.
Yeah,
this defense is going to feast.
Without CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb
last week I joke about the Bears. The Bears would have been in trouble trying to stop the Cowboys' offense last week. They couldn't have stopped. The Bears were all banged up defensively.
Still
also.
are.
Yeah, they weren't going to stop the Cowboys if CeeDee Lamb didn't get hurt. I mean, that was I'm not saying they couldn't have won the game in a shootout.
But it was a gift of sorts.
Because they could score seemingly at will against that Cowboys defense. But
so could Russell Wilson, the Giant.
Right. I mean, the fact that Russell Wilson could get benched a week after throwing for 450 yards tells you what you need to know about this Cowboys defense. So I was joking coming into the segment because I still think the Packers are one of those 5 dominant teams in the NFL and one of the teams that is not on the 6-7 list, but the 4-5 list that we've talked about. And the Packers, I think, should be favored by at least a touchdown today. And even with on the road, the Packers' own offensive line concerns, I think they come into this game in very good position to, and the reason I say very good position, I think coming off a loss, you're going to get a better week of practice, to go into Dallas than you would have if this team was 3-0 and it was just a Micah Parsons sideshow. Coming off a loss, it's like, oh wait, we can lose to anyone, and I don't care if CeeDee Lamb's hurt. This is a more focused Packers team, and this is going to be a better Packers team than you would have seen had they won last week.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm excited to see how they bounce back tonight against the Dallas Cowboys after just a brutal fumble at the end of that fourth quarter against Cleveland. But the thing that does concern me, Craig, is the offensive line.
Wait. When you're saying a brutal fumble, you're saying like just fumbling away the game in general?
Yes, in general.
Because there was also a fumble that wasn't called.
Word to use right there.
That's true.
Yeah, because there was a fumble that wasn't called.
How about meltdown?
Right?
Can I just change that to meltdown?
Yeah,
and move on?
Meltdown's good.
Because I was going to say, they didn't call the fumble, right?
No, it was an interception and a blocked field goal that really hurt them.
But they also had a fumble.
They also
they didn't count.
Yes. Well,
that
Jacobs recovered it.
Fumble.
Jacobs recovered.
No, there was a clear recovery by the Browns.
Stop. Yeah, they would have overturned it if it was clear. They did review it. The thing that does concern me, though, is this offensive line, because you're going to be without likely 3 of your top 6-7 offensive linemen in this game, and they keep calling people up from the practice squad, and we really don't know who's going to play where. So it's a little messy, and the Browns exposed that last week. Luckily, the front 7 for Dallas is not nearly as good as the Cleveland front 7, so you should be able to get away with that.
Front 7 for most teams, aren't they?
Yeah, the Browns are a legit defense.
They're
the
legit defense, yeah.
Crushed, with Joe Burrow, in week 1. The Bengals had, in the teens of yards in the second half. So, what they did to the Packers, they did to a full-strength Bengals team also. Mm-hmm. It's just that the Packers showed no urgency the entire game.
No.
So that it was close enough that when it actually reminded me, I know it didn't have the same stakes. It was very similar to Packers 49ers at home, where they get the block punt in that game and end up losing because they felt like the 49ers had no offense in that game, had no ability to score, and, hey, we can play it really safe and really conservative, and there's no way they're going to go 80 yards on us and score in this game. And it turned out that they may have been right, but then you get a block punt, you get, in this game, multiple big mistakes.
I actually think it's as good of a thing to happen to the Packers as could happen, because I think there's a lot of everybody was assuming, Kyle was predicting to go 17-0,
And I heard Matt LaFleur reached out to Kyle personally around that. He did not like any of that 17-0 talk, Kyle.
And I told Matt LaFleur he need to focus on making sure that his team knows how to play and not have 13 penalties and not throw terrible interceptions.
Yeah, but you started the whole
backer right there.
And know how to block on a field goal.
Kyle started the whole 17-0 talk, right?
It was him.
That was his narrative.
My boy Sheed, he was just,
my boy.
Mindset, winning mindset. I'm sorry, Matt LaFleur, that you don't have a winning mindset.
My boy Sheed.
So
Bill Belichick would have never
Bill Belichick would have just said on to
loved that loss, though. Like,
Yes.
Belichick would have loved
Yeah.
that loss because now all of a sudden it allows you to go in and reset
Any good coach
expectations
likes that
and-
loss, right? I mean,
You would think so.
At the
but
end
like,
of the day,
again,
it's
this
going to
is-
be a good thing.
But this is where you get to see LaFleur hopefully do his work. This is where you get to see
Because if
that
they had
offense
won
start
that
to do the
game, which
work.
it still felt like they were going to,
And you got this easy
there's
matchup
not a
against
lot of
Dallas.
teachable. There's not a lot of teachable stuff from that if you win. I
Correct.
think losing that game makes it much more teachable.
Sure, but the thing I like from this week, just listening to players, listening to Matt LaFleur, et cetera, is you guys are leaders, right, in your everyday job. You want to hear, if you're preaching a message, that repeated. You want to say, okay, I can check that box. The message has been received. I think last week we're hearing Rasheed Walker talk about 17-0, where Matt LaFleur is saying it's 1 week at a time. That's mixed messaging. This week it seems everybody across the board has been on the same page, which tells me LaFleur's been preaching and that message has been received, which is a positive note heading into a big one on Sunday Night Football under the lights.
Kyle and Strophe, the ultimate Packers homers. Who's the best team in the NFC North?
Oh, what? Green Bay Packers. What are we talking about? I don't care how well the Lions have played. The Lions got absolutely stifled by the Green Bay Packers defense. It is the Packers. It is the Packers.
I think it's much closer than Kyle's making it sound.
Wait. I didn't say it wasn't close. I just said it's the Packers.
Just because of the Week 1 win, I'm going to give the edge to the Packers, but it's close. The Lions have bounced back in tremendous fashion the last 2 weeks. They look really good.
No, it's just a disrespectful question, Strofe, and you're just afraid to say that.
We'll ask Jason Wilde.
I don't know how that's disrespectful. It was the hardest division in football last year.
And the Lions have won the division.
They're the defending
last year.
division champions.
And they got
they had 52 points last week.
Smoked against the Green Bay Packers.
They did.
We will ask that question to Jason Wilde as we continue at Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Carl Walls. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no interest for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
It's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. For me and my family, finding the perfect home is a journey, but we don't walk it alone. With the We Sell Group, Rob and Nick aren't just real estate agents, they're part of our family's team. They bring us options, perspective, and peace of mind. While they navigate the market, I can stay focused on all that life has in store. Because at the We Sell Group, it's not just about the home, it's about the people and the path it takes to get there. The We Sell Group, more than agents, part of your journey. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414 Awnings or visit comfortawnings.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN show streaming on video. Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
In this month, throwing me some dollars in this month. Bad yellow, look like Lotto in this month. Somebody better get her, cause she out here looking fun. Better pop it, because I'm out here popping mine. The way these diamonds hitting, damn near going blind. Like this Don Julio gon' do the trick every time. Lose me, you know that is mine.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
And we are joined by Jason Wilde on a Sunday morning. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're good. Who's the best team in the NFC North?
Theoretically, still the Packers, but let's see what happens tonight.
All right, so we're...
Wait, did you ask him NFC
That word
North or
theoretically
NFC?
is doing
North.
a lot of work
Yeah,
right there,
theoretically.
Jason.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't think they're playing better than the Lions are right now based on their performance in Cleveland, but they did beat them head-to-head and pretty handily. Now, I don't think the Lions look like the same team we saw on September 7th, but there are ebbs and flows to every season. But I can't stand here and go, oh, yeah, they're worse than the Lions after they beat them. Like, it's like trying to do the AP poll and ranking college football teams. I'm not putting a team that lost to the Packers ahead of the Packers.
And I think that's fair this early in the year. If it was like 8 games from now, I think you could make that argument that the Lions have evolved that much.
Now.
And, the Lions crushed the Bears, which the Bears haven't proven to be anything so special at this point. And then they did have a great performance. So they've had one great performance. The Packers have had 2 great performances. And we come into tonight with what being your biggest concern, Jason?
The offensive line. I was listening to you guys earlier, and I don't know if I'm worried about the elite quarterback that they'll have to face, but I am concerned about their offensive line. I mean, look, they're, not only are they going to be without Aaron Banks and without Zach Tom, who are their 2 highest paid offensive linemen, they also won't have Anthony Belton, who, while he's been up and down, is still, an important rotational guy there when somebody goes out. And they've obviously lost, multiple guys through the course of the first 3 weeks. So you would like to have him as an option. He hurt his ankle in practice on Wednesday, so that's a problem. Darian Kennard, who they gave up a 6th-round pick for in that trade with the Eagles, they don't apparently have a whole lot of confidence in him because every time they have a choice to put someone in at right tackle, they choose someone else until they're out of options.
So Jason, as we're talking about this, the concerning the offensive line, is this concern around the running game, the passing game, or both?
Well, it's all of it, right? I mean, look, Jadeveon Clowney is a great name, right? It reminds me of that scene in Moneyball where they're talking about adding David Justice. Be lucky if he hits his weight. Like, he's a great name. Like, that's what Clowney is at this point. I mean, the Cowboys could really use an elite pass rusher if only they had one. But the run game has really struggled. And part of that is not the offensive line's fault per se. They are outnumbered when the defense has more guys in the box than they have to block. But as Sean Ryan said to me this week, we have to figure out a way to block them anyway. And as I said to Tausch, remember, I mean, not everyone remembers because, like, Strofe was like 4 years old at the time. But back in 2003, when Amon Green set the single-season rushing record, like, Tausch and those guys faced 8-man boxes all the time, and they still, because they had an elite back and an elite offensive line, still found a way to be productive in the run game. And so they have to figure out a way, even with teams daring them to throw the football, to A, still be productive running it, and then B, they've got to hit more consistently on throws down the field. They've certainly hit on some, they've missed on some, but they have to make that a greater threat so teams start to play the two high safeties and the umbrella coverage we used to see all the time against Aaron Rodgers.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, it is Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers going downfield for their third touchdown of the day. And with Jaylen Warren out, it has been a little bit of the Kenneth Gainwell show as Gainwell goes in for his second touchdown of the game, 11 carries, 57 yards. Steelers now lead it 20-6 over the Minnesota Vikings.
It was a short
in Dublin.
field after a TJ Watt interception. I didn't go all the way down the field for that drive. I think they went about 30 yards for that drive.
After a Keanu Benton sack,
Yeah,
a TJ Watt
Badgers and
interception.
Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, the
good
Steelers.
old days of the good old players we had.
Wait, so Kyle, are the Steelers your AFC team when you got 3 Badgers and Aaron Rodgers? If you are a Packers fan, should the Steelers be your AFC team?
I love the Steelers. Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin, too. I have nothing against Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
You just think they're going to lose a lot?
I said they're probably going to lose 9 games. I said this will be the season they lose 9 games.
Starting out 4-1.
3-1.
3-1, excuse me.
Yeah,
yes.
3. It's a long.
Well, they're about to be 3-1. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
And by the way, with that extra point, it's now 21-6. TJ Watt with a sack and an interception in this game. Nick Herbig, Badger, 1.5 sacks. Keanu Benton, a half a sack. So
wow,
that is incredible what these Badgers are doing in the NFL.
Are you saying Jimmy Leonard knew what he was doing, Craig? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm saying this is our Packers segment. We may get to that a little bit later on as we chat with Jason Wilde. So, Jason, how much of this, though, do we blame on Jaden Reed's injury and all the stuff going on with the wide receivers? Because it shouldn't be that, teams should be able to completely crowd, the box and, be making it so tough to run. Like, this should be a multi-dimensional offense with a great tight end and, and a depth of wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, and in fairness to Jordan Love, like, he's not been given a ton of opportunities. He has thrown the ball mostly very well, right? I mean, his pass rating. I don't know what his QBR is. I know that's your ultimate measure of how good he's been, but he's 4th in the league in actual regular quarterback rating.
10th in QBR.
He threw a bad pick in the game against the Cleveland. There's no doubt about that. But he's, it's not like he's played poorly. It's just they have not been able to get the running game going. They've had lulls even in the 2 games that they played that they won in the first 2 weeks. Offensively, they've had, lulls longer than you would like them to be. But look, this offense how much time did we spend after the season evaluating the offense, talking about the biggest thing that hurt them was that their play-action game was largely a non-factor because they ran a lot out of the gun. They ran a different style of running game, which suited Josh Jacobs better. And so you thought that this year that was going to be a major emphasis. Matt LaFleur told us it was going to be a major emphasis. And so, again, it's only 3 games. They're going to look different in 3 weeks. They're going to look different in 6 weeks. They're going to look different at the end of the season. But their offense has been in fits and starts, and that's been frustrating to not only Jordan Love, but Matt LaFleur and everyone else involved.
Chatting with Jason Wilde.
Jason, obviously coming off a disappointing loss last week, has the energy been different in practice? I mean, have you noticed a different approach for these guys heading into a Sunday night game that had they beaten the Browns may have felt like, we're playing Dallas without CeeDee Lamb? Is there heightened intensity?
So that's a good question, Greg, because I talked to Xavier McKinney on Thursday, and he said something that, had really kind of knocked me back a little bit, which I did not, because I just didn't expect it from him. And it happened like a minute or two after I just heard Tucker Kraft say that we have the best defense in the NFL and we just have to help them out on offense, and we're fed up with our own mistakes. What McKinney said was, I said it before we played the Browns, that I just felt like we got too carried away with being 2-0. And I think we felt like we had won the Super Bowl. It's a long season. You have your ups and downs, but you learn from everything. You learn from losses all the time. I think something that we learned from, and I'm glad it happened early rather than late, because it's not to be complacent, not to think just because you won 2 games in a row, the season's finished, the Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl champions. No, it don't work like that. So, and the reason why I was surprised by that is that for all the talk we have about them having the youngest opening day roster the 3rd year in a row, is that most of these guys have been here 1, 2, or 3 years on this roster, right? This all started with the 2022 draft class. So we're still getting too big for our britches. We're still thinking we've arrived when we shouldn't. Like, I feel like while they're still young, they're experienced enough to know better. And for one of the captains to come out and say that, and another captain to talk about the offense, about how many mistakes they make and how he's fed up with that, that was really surprising to me. And so the question becomes, are they learning from that, and will we see those lessons put into action tonight?
Keanu Benton, another sack. They may give half of it to TJ Watt as he helped finish it up. Jason,
this is awesome.
Should we just love Xavier McKinney?
Could have drafted him, too.
Like, what an unbelievable answer. And, like, he just seems like, he seems like such a great leader for this defense.
By the way, why don't the Vikings just call the Falcons and give up like a 5th-round pick and bring Kirk Cousins back?
I know.
I don't know.
I heard Russell Wilson's available.
I would. Oh, really? I think that's a given.
Do you remember how bad Kirk Cousins was at the end of last year?
Not for the Vikings.
Yeah, but with Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, with Kevin O'Connell.
Like maybe he's not that guy.
What about
He
Russell
just
Wilson?
looked so immobile. Like, he looked like a statue back there.
But he was that the year before, and when he got hurt, I feel like, or the year before, I feel like he led the league in passing yards somehow.
No, he got hurt the year before.
Yeah, when he got hurt.
Yeah, the Achilles.
He ruptured his Achilles at Lambeau. Yep. Anyway, I'm sorry. What was that? I was just watching the game.
Should we love Xavier McKinney?
Xavier McKinney, like, is like, we talk about like teams taking the shape of their best player and all that. And so here's kind of where I was thinking about. Micah Parsons has all of a sudden become the glamour player of this defense. And now this defense looked past a game in the Cleveland Browns. Do we need to be looking at Xavier McKinney as the best player and the leader of this defense, or should we be looking at Micah Parsons as that?
Well, he's definitely the leader. McKinney is. That goes without saying. Micah Parsons has been honest about the fact, hey, I'm the new guy.
But was Xavier McKinney saying a little bit like, hey, we all got caught up in the Micah Parsons hype a little bit, and without using his name?
Here's the thing, he didn't specify that it was the defense, right?
Yeah.
And so then I found myself wondering, well, wait a minute. This defense, I admittedly against a Browns offense that is, obviously not great. It was 10-0 with 3.5 minutes left in the game, right? And then they kick a field goal, so it's 10-3. Maybe it was 10-3 at that point, but it was 10-0 for most of the game. And then, the touchdown they get is what, a 5-yard touchdown drive? Talking about driving the field after the interception by Love. And then obviously I'm not sure how much I look at their defense and say, oh, they were complacent on the game-winning field goal drive that the Browns got. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the defense still played at a pretty high level. So if he's being critical, I'd be curious to know who he thought was acting like they had arrived.
All right, and last question on that line, Jason. I compared it to the home loss to the 49ers when they got the punt blocked, where it just felt like they just assumed they were going to win the whole game and, were pretty conservative offensively and didn't really try to push it, and then all of a sudden had a special teams thing, and then they lost. I mean, you see the correlation there?
I absolutely do. I saw it right away. I couldn't agree with you more. It was very similar. Like, again, the offense, like Homer likes to say, celebrating his 20th anniversary with GKB, they didn't hold up their end of the donkey, and it's absolutely true. Didn't hold up their end of the donkey, and they didn't do it in that playoff game. What they get they had one offensive touchdown, and that's what they had against Cleveland. Now, obviously, the stakes as the number 1 overall seed playing at home were much higher in that playoff game, but that is exactly the game it should have reminded you of.
We'll have more with Jason Wilde as we continue. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Junior Achievement is proud to team up with the Admirals to help young people build the skills they need to win in school, in work, and in life. Thank you to the Milwaukee Admirals for supporting JA programming and for giving our students a power play toward a brighter future. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School open house is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Are you looking for ways to give back to your local community? Use volunteerwisconsin.org to find opportunities to volunteer your time with organizations making a difference near you. As we celebrate United Ways Month, we're also celebrating you. Visit volunteerwisconsin.org or get in touch with your local United Way or Volunteer Center to find out more about local opportunities to get involved. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee new car dealer members have service technicians, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam member new car dealer.
For current great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com/jobs. That's ADAMM.com/jobs.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part, your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express, Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN.
Jordan Love is excited to see what Matthew Golden can do in the game because he's seeing what he can do in practice, and he's like, dang, I don't know if I've ever had a guy like this before.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I'm at the top of my game. I'm who they hate. This come with the fame. That's how I knew that I made it. I woke up looking this good. I'm in my prime. These gotta get played. If these ain't mad, I need to go harder. I can't let them think we the same. Everything big in Texas. No
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
no pictures. I don't get along with these out here. I don't even know this. Keep begging me for attention. This pimp ain't nothing new to me.
Continuing with Jason Wilde as the Packers get ready for the Dallas Cowboys.
Did we just get scolded?
No, I was pointing to see if either of you wanted to ask the first question coming back from the break.
I thought you were saying, like, hey, we're coming back now.
No,
that's not how Craig. I knew exactly what Craig was doing.
Yeah.
That's like,
He's
hey,
like, I asked 90% of the. Stroke hasn't asked the question yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I've got an hour with Jason coming up at 5 o'clock on Green Bay Game
Stroke
Day.
hadn't asked the question yet, so I was like giving him the signal. Like, did he want to ask the first question?
All right, I'm ready.
How don't y'all know y'all co-host and teammate like that? You know Craig wouldn't scold you. He wants you to get involved.
I don't think it was scolding. I think it was like, hey, we're coming
back.
Stop
talking about Christian Gonzalez and the Patriots, please. Jason, we hit on this a little bit on Thursday's edition of Weekly Wildy, which you can find on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube page each and every Thursday. Matthew
Never
Golden.
heard him plug KBN like that.
Man, listen, he was looking for the opportunity. As soon as he got it, let me talk about how I asked you this on Thursday. I mean, great job, but boy, oh
Thanks,
boy.
Greg. Thanks for this, Greg.
Self-serving. That literally went through my mind when he said that. I said, this kid.
Well, Weekly Wildy's more popular.
Well done.
I can't deny that.
No, I will do this then. You can hear Kyle Wallace predict this every week on KBN that this will be the Matthew Golden game. It feels like this could be the Matthew Golden game because of how bad this pass defense is for Dallas. Do you get the sense that this is the game where they really want to unleash their first-round pick?
I mean, I think they would love for that to happen. I know Matthew Golden would. You know, we talked to him during the week, and one of the things, he felt he was less than thrilled about was when he watched the film of that 34-yard catch when he ran out of bounds. He thought the safety was closer than he was, and upon further review, he should have put his foot in the ground and gotten upfield. So I think that would have been a much bigger play and would have meant, kind of the start of a breakout from him. He also told us that he's never returned punts, ever. Not in high school, not in college, and now he's doing it in the NFL, which I kind of wanted to say, yeah, it kind of looks like it. But they're going to live with the growing pains with him because they think, as long as they don't have Jaden Reed, that he's their best option there. So
wait, who did they have in high school that they wouldn't want him returning punts?
That is exactly what the follow-up should have been. That is exactly.
Like, was there a faster dude on their high school team? So they're like, we don't need him.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Well, who knows? Do you know where he went to high school, Jason?
Klein High School in Houston.
Okay. So it wasn't
Klein
like
Kane.
IMG, like when, James White had that stat where he never started, was never a starting running back.
One of the best, yeah.
I mean, like I guess if you're trying to not have a guy get hurt, maybe, but I don't know.
In high school, you're putting your best player, you're putting the ball in his hands as many times as you can.
All right, sorry to interrupt there.
No, that's fine. That was a really good follow-up. I wish somebody would have asked.
Well, Jaden Blue.
I'll have to ask him that when I talk to him next week.
Jaden Blue, the class of 2022, is now a Cowboy. He also played on that team. So
wait, Jaden Blue was on his high school team?
Wow. Notable players from Klein County High School include running back Jaden Blue, class of 2022, now with the Cowboys.
Who may have been faster than him.
Yeah.
So maybe Jaden Blue was returning punts?
That's actually a good. All right, I'm not firing that high school coach now. If they legit had Jaden Blue, who has not been active yet for the Dallas Cowboys this year, interestingly enough, that is an incredible high school
maybe that's why
backfield to contend with.
So anyway, it could be a big breakout game for him. Yes. Look, he's had some opportunities. He had a few more, obviously, against the Browns, but he hasn't had the ball thrown his way a lot. Strofe is obsessed with this ridiculous statistic that I still don't know who came up with it or how it's been vetted. But the average separation score,
great ass.
He gets open, right? But we've had this conversation before with what seems to be, since it's through Next Gen Stats, which is run by the league, a little more accurate. The fact that Dontavion Wicks was open more than any other player last season. Problem is that a lot of times when he got the ball, when he was open, he dropped it. I think Dontavion Wicks might be the guy that's poised for a big night because if you look at how I do.
That's
and
your
if
guy.
You look at the way, if you look at the way he finished last season, it's kind of like Rodgers with his play for the Jets, where no one really noticed that he actually was playing a lot better late in the season. That was the case with Wicks too, and then he's caught everything thrown his way so far this season. Like he has been quietly very productive. So, if one of those guys has a breakout night, then obviously the Packers will be sitting pretty well come 10:30 tonight.
Do you think they are going to be sitting pretty? Is this a 2-touchdown going away win for them tonight?
I don't feel like I've seen enough from them to, especially on the road. Like, again, you would think they were more grown up than that, but they seem to not handle the road very well last week either, in addition to not handling a pretty good run defense and a pretty good overall defense. I mean, Love was sacked 5 times. That ties the record for him for most sacks that he's absorbed in a game. And I don't love where their offensive line is at. So even a defense that hasn't been very good, when you're missing key pieces on your offensive line, you're looking at a group that may have some troubles, holding up tonight, even against a less than great defense. So no, I don't feel super confident to be saying that they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
What's the level of concern for Josh Jacobs through 3 weeks?
Well, I'm not concerned about him at all, right? And I would hope neither are you. Like, I don't have the stat in front of me now, but like, even as he had almost 60% of his yards last year after contact, this year it's almost like all of his yards are after contact. So again, my concern is not with Josh Jacobs individually. It's with the fact that they can't figure out how to get their running game going effectively with him carrying the football. And I thought it was interesting that when they got the field goal blocked, what did they do on those plays leading up to that? They ran Matthew Golden one way, then they ran Matthew Golden the other way. Like, what does that tell you? And Tausch's big argument last week, and he's not wrong. My pushback was, look, you got a $55 million quarterback. If you can't trust him to throw it on 3rd and 3 without throwing an interception, that's also a problem. But his argument was, give Josh Jacobs at his 1.9 yards per carry in that game the ball, and if he gets hit right away and they have to, kick, they have to punt it away, fine. But the production there is so bad compared to what he was last season. Through 3 games, he's got 100 fewer yards than he had after 3 games last year. Now, he had a 150-yard game in there, but still, it's just he was such a vital piece and so the engine of their offense. They have to get that back, even if they don't have the pieces that they want up front.
Jason, Craig has said that this Packers team is not one of the 6-7 best teams in the league, but they're one of the 4 or 5 teams that can compete for a Super Bowl. But everything you're saying, do they have an offensive identity? Do we know what they are offensively right now?
No. I mean, their identity last year was Josh Jacobs and then Jordan Love having to make occasional big plays, which he did. At this point, no, because they're not running the ball well. So you can't say it's their ability to run the football. It's not their play-action game. They've had some success down the field, right? I mean, Dobbs had that one in the first game. Malik Heath had one down the field. They had 2 near misses with Golden in that Commanders game. But you can't say that they're identity is that they can throw the ball downfield well. Like before the Browns game, Jordan Love was leading the league in air yards. He was like an average of 13 air yards per pass, like a ridiculous number. And that obviously changed after the Browns game. But like, no, I don't know what their offense is. They're still trying to figure it out. And again, that's why. I mean, look, they could go down there tonight and put up 38 points and win 38-13. But I have no evidence that makes me want to say that right now this morning.
And I will say that I think the Lions may have earned their way back into that group. So it may be in that they may be
5-6.
It may be now 5-6 and not 6-7. You know, like I think the Lions, what they've done the last 2 weeks, especially going on the road to Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
I think now you put the Eagles, the Packers, and the Lions in the NFC, and you put the Ravens still, despite 2 losses.
The Bills,
and the Chiefs. Despite.
Oh, really?
I mean, the Chiefs.
They might be 1-3 after today.
What about the Steelers?
He's like Mike Myers. Like you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't kill Mahomes until they're
gone. And the Chiefs look bad against the Giants in their 1 win. So I'm not saying we've seen anything good from the Chiefs at all.
But
I
you
just
can't
think
count 'em out.
it's like Brady Patriots, right? I mean, so I think those
You
are
didn't like
now.
my Mike Myers analogy? Halloween? No.
I feel like it's more like Austin Powers.
Not October yet.
No, I
Been better in 2
we
weeks.
Are we sleeping on Tampa Bay?
I was just about to ask the same question.
Are they? I mean, they've been so hurt. It's tough to say that they're bad, but
They're 3-0.
I know they keep winning. I know, but do you watch them play? They're not like they're okay. Like
Big one today for
We're
them.
sleeping
that
on
game
them because
against
of how
the Texans.
bad that division is, and their ability to just run through it could get them in the NFC in a place where like they are competing for that.
Baker's the man.
I think they're really good, but like they haven't played like they've won, but
They snuck out victories against man.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
that-
today is a big one. As they play Philadelphia, play host to Philadelphia.
Yes.
That's a fun one today.
So Jason, then we could be saying 6-7 after today.
6-7, right?
Yeah.
I was just looking for another team. That's all it was.
Yeah. I think we could definitely be. The Colts. How about the Colts? Danny Dimes.
I've lost each week picking against them on Cover 5.
Man,
this is the week.
This is the week.
This is the week that the Rams put Danny Dimes in his place.
Yeah, you picked the Rams too. We'll tease that.
No, but
Wait, how about the Chargers? Chargers, anyone?
Not as
I
a
love the
championship
Chargers.
contender. I picked them to win that division. I think they still do, but
I thought we meant in Cover 5 today. Yeah.
I don't know if they're at the championship level quite yet. I might change my tune on that. I think the AFC's too
Herbert
tough.
hasn't won a playoff game.
Yeah,
but like he's.
I don't think they're at the
second
level
year
of
with Harbaugh, a decent young running back. That offensive line, even with Slater's out, actually been way better than expected.
Yeah.
Joe Alt's probably the best left tackle in the league.
Hey,
He's
Jason.
definitely
Wait,
up there.
is Scalzo prepping for like national shows? Why does he know what's going on with the Chargers
Sounds like it,
offensive
doesn't
line?
You're really in on the Chargers. Best left tackle. Did you just drop this guy who plays on the West Coast is the best left tackle?
Jason, is there something suspicious?
Thank you, Kyle.
Is there something suspicious about how much Scalzo knows about the Chargers offensive line to you, Jason?
Yes, I was stunned. I was sitting here in quiet, stunned silence as he was breaking down how good they are, even though they lost Rashawn Slater, which, again, not only did he drop the Joe Altus, one of the best tackles in the game, but he also pointed out that they lost their other great.
You know what?
tackle.
Yes,
You're a ball knower. Give me some. Let's go, baby.
Slater
Ball knower.
out of Northwestern. I mean,
He's a ball knower.
Yeah.
Is this
I'm an
gambling?
offensive
Is this
line guy.
gambling related? Is this?
I don't know.
what is this?
100%.
Have you done a national show recently?
I haven't, no. But also, Ben Bruss calls me before his shows to get all the knowledge that he needs to be able to.
We got to
I
bring
believe
that
that.
on.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Well, yeah,
Wait,
right.
if
We gotta bring
you're,
that up.
I mean, I don't know if you want
Ghost
credit
Rider?
for Ben Bruss' knowledge. That's something I wouldn't want to co-sign on.
Aaron Ben Bruss out. That's all you guys do is air each other out. I'm
Hey,
sorry,
you guys have been
Jason.
beefing publicly this week. It's been something.
Yep. All right, thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason. Talk to you in a few hours.
Thanks for having me. All
Thanks,
right, guys.
Jason.
Take care. Be good.
We're gonna have Scalzo on next week in this slot.
I mean, dude, believe me, Joe Alt is very impressive.
No, he literally. What did he? He stopped another really good defensive, like a defensive lineman that's a stud. He stopped him and slammed. Took him down.
He's one of those
It's
guys
easy.
who looks like he's bored when he's playing out there.
He's really good, but he's always been good.
Did anyone see that social media stuff? That one guard on the Seahawks this week,
Oh, it's so bad.
who
Yes.
just falls down all the time and doesn't block anyone.
It was amazing to watch.
You
And
guys
some
saw
fans
that?
just aired him out.
Kyle, you got to check it out. People now on social media, man, they just like
sleuths.
Like the Seahawks are undefeated. Like I don't know why that people are just picking on this random left guard on the Seattle Seahawks.
3 plays. It was like 15 plays where this guy was just pretend. It was like if you watch a Pop Warner game, you could tell like there's a couple of kids out there that just pretend like they're doing something. That's this guy playing professional football at right guard for the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh my God.
Seahawks 3-1, by the way. They lost to the Niners in week 1.
Yes, they did. All right, we will have more as we continue. Oh, we were going to bring back our 7 and 11, but I
mystery
guess
guest?
Not yet. No mystery guest.
We're
today.
done with that, right?
I think it should come back at some point. People have been asking on the carbless talking
People have been
text
asking.
line.
Yeah, I get asked about it all the time.
Yeah,
I was at the grocery store last week, and somebody said, "Hey, who's the mystery guest?"
No, someone. I mean, you might be mocking me, but someone on the carbless talking text line.
That's serious. That's a real conversation I had
at the grocery store
at Trader Joe's. Yeah,
wow. I love Trader Joe's. All right, Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond, from garages to new home offices. Our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
When storms hit or accidents happen, it's not just about property, it's about people. I'm Mandy Grimal-Lococo with Grimal & Associates Insurance. We help families bundle home, auto, and life coverage so you're never facing life's what-ifs alone. With the heavy rains we've seen in Milwaukee, we'll review your policy to be sure water backup, sump pump failures, and flood risks don't drain your wallet. Your home is more than walls and a roof, it's where life happens. At Grimal & Associates Insurance in Shorewood, we're here to protect your home, your family, and your peace of mind. Call us today at 414-332-0838.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Aside from a house or a car specifically, what is the most expensive thing you own? Wendy?
A car.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Alligator. Name something that's better than being rich.
4. Besides a bird, something in a bird cage.
Hamster.
Something that comes with a summer storm.
Snow.
Something Russia's famous for, Bob.
Russians.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob!
Naked grandma!
Reason you might stay indoors on a beautiful day.
Because it's raining?
Name something you might buy that could turn out to be phony.
Yeah, a horse.
Name a time that most people get up.
In the morning.
A time most people go to bed.
At night.
This is the 7 at 11 on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Well, we were, of course, prepared for a 7-11, so it's good that Kyle played this.
I mean, we didn't play it last time. He said, we should play it. And then we were just having a conversation about it.
Was that your Craig impression? What was that?
That was just me. That's how Craig said. I have an impression of everybody.
Okay, give me a Craig impression. Bring the show in.
Why would I do that? That's mean.
Yeah.
How does it mean?
How does that mean?
Strokey's just trying to troll.
Yeah,
now.
he is. First, he trolled about going to the grocery store. And
That wasn't a troll. That's a real story.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the mystery guest this week? I said, I don't know. I guess we'll find out on Sunday. We're all back
We
together.
haven't done mystery guest in months, and you're telling us after we talked
I don't
about
think
it last
you
week in the
realize.
grocery store.
Remember when you predicted that only 15 people would join our Cover 5 League? I don't think you realize the sheer popularity of this program.
Yeah,
Kyle,
this is a really popular show.
Yeah. Kyle does not get the scope of this show. All right. So, by the way, just in a 7 at 11, how about these last 7 years of the Badger football record in the Big Ten?
Oh.
7 years ago, do you know what it was?
What year is 7 years ago? 2018?
2019.
2019? Oh,
2019, it would have been
7 years ago.
10 and 2.
Big Ten record.
Big Ten.
Record. So they're probably
2019.
6 and 2.
7 and 2.
7 and 2. Yeah.
2020. That was a
abbreviated.
2020 was a magical year where the first game of the year, the Badgers were going to have a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
Yeah, that was the Mertz year.
I was I was at a former Badgers house, and we were and we were basically planning for national championship hopes. Bobby Adamov, who's one of the captains of the 99
Bobby
baseball team.
Adamov, he's a big time player.
Yeah, I was at Bobby's house, and we were drinking a lot of
He's
whiskey.
like a captain. He's like a former captain of the team, but when I look back at him, I feel like he was like probably 5'9", 175.
Not that far off. Sturgeon Bay native.
Shout out.
He was such a great player, Bobby Adamov.
Such a great guy.
Where'd he go? Southern Door?
I don't know what high school he went, but he
could have gone to Sturgeon Bay.
Sturgeon Bay, probably. And that was one of the great Badger moments of my fandom.
Being at his house.
Downhill.
Are you friends with him?
No, not being at his house.
Why
but
were you
the
at his
Graham
house?
Mertz, because the high.
Did he
of that,
throw 6
we were
touchdowns?
friends.
Oh,
Were?
You're not friends
still
anymore?
are friends,
Okay.
but he was my neighbor. So
Did he throw?
we hung out with the Adamals quite a bit.
Did he throw for like 6 touchdowns or something that
5,
day? Or
5 touchdowns.
That was crazy,
He was
right?
5 touchdowns. Yeah.
Is Illinois,
Near
was
perfect.
it?
It was.
Yep, against Illinois. I believe they were 3-3 that year in the Big Ten.
That is correct.
Yep.
It might have been Steve on the text line who I saw in the grocery store. He said, I wish you guys would bring back the mystery guest segment.
Yep. So how about 2021?
2021, I'm going to say they were 6-3.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's right. Now we go downhill.
2022,
5-4.
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
Then 2023, 5 and 4.
Yeah.
And wait, was 2023?
That was
Fickle's
That was
first year.
Fickle's first year.
first year. Yep.
So theoretically, that was back-to-back 7 and 6 years.
Yep.
But 1 game improvement in the conference. Then last year, 3 and 6.
Oh, my God.
And they will be 0-9 this year.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, really?
They're not winning another game.
It's going to be hard to find that win on the schedule.
They can win another game.
Washington's better than people thought.
Washington is the second highest scoring offense in college football.
Not after yesterday.
Yeah, they got shut out yesterday, right?
Okay. Oh, no, I think they
Prior
scored
to
one.
yesterday.
Yeah. 6 points, 7 points, something like that. Yeah, they started playing real competition, Strouf.
That's true.
Yeah,
but the Badgers aren't real competition. The Badgers stink.
Oh, my God.
I mean, do you think it's Iowa they're going to beat? Do you think it's
Maybe.
Minnesota they're going to beat?
Those would be the only two.
Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois, Washington are the teams that they have a chance.
They're not beating Illinois.
Yeah, I think
doubt they
Washington,
beat
Iowa, and Minnesota are the 3 teams that you're looking at.
You
So
know
I
what's
think
sad?
they win one
You know
game
what's
in the
sad?
Big Ten. I'll take them to go 1-8
I remember we did the schedule game, and
in the Big Ten.
and all three
Do you
of you.
disagree?
That's so bad.
1-8 might be generous.
We
Do you know-
talking about one win in a
It's
conference
sad.
play?
It's sad how we've moved the stick so fast, the goalpost so fast.
Okay, so let's forget about the 3 and 3 COVID year. So the last time they won less than 4 games in the Big Ten was last year at 3 and 6. The time before that
That'd be in the 90s.
was 2008
Really?
at 3 and 5.
Yep.
And they still went to a bowl game. Won, what, 7
Yes.
games that year?
Yep, 7 games. The time before that,
That was the Allen Everidge year in 2008. If you remember Allen Everidge, the Kansas State transfer who came in, it was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long
who
time.
was the coach of that team?
That was Bielema.
That was Bielema. So
Early
Bielema
Bielema
dealt with a
time.
3 and 5
That
team.
07 team was pretty solid. Luke Swan, you know.
Yeah.
One more time
Luke Swan.
for you on the video stream.
Why do you put your hand?
What's
That's
that?
what everybody in the student section did every time he caught a ball. It'd be Swan.
Were you a sophomore in
I was a
2007?
freshman in 07, yes. Oh, yeah.
So 18-year-old Greg Scalzo was going Luke Swan.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
02 was 2 and 6.
And they still made a bowl game?
They were 8 and 6 overall that year, 2 and 6 in the conference.
Wow.
Dang.
And by the way, we're as high as 19 in the AP poll that year.
8-6. That's 14 games.
Because I guess they started. Yeah. I mean, I guess when you win your bowl game, right? If they were 7-6, and then you win your bowl game to get to.
But don't you play 12 games? In the regular season?
Yeah, that seems off. Seems a little, one too many.
What are you looking at over there?
I like how you guys don't trust. So Brooks Bollinger, quarterbacking that team, Jim Storgy, Owen Daniels on that team.
What year is that?
02.
02 season?
Correct.
02 season. Let's see if we
I'm
get.
just trying to figure out where they got the 14th game from.
It said 7-7 here.
See, I have 8-6 here.
What website are you looking at?
On the official website, I have 7-7.
Craig, what website are you on? What is the domain of the website you're on?
I'm on College Football Reference.
That's pretty.
That seems legit.
They opened with a win against Fresno State.
I actually remember this year. It's
then
crazy.
won at UNLV, won home West Virginia, home Northern Illinois, home Arizona, lost at Penn State, lost at Indiana, 32-29.
Wow.
Lost at Ohio State, won at Michigan State.
You know what?
Yeah.
This might have been a time in college football where you can play an extra game. It had to be.
Yeah.
I feel like back in playing video games, you can schedule like 5 non-conference games.
Yeah, you could add non-conference games.
Because they definitely had 5
They beat
non-conference
Colorado,
games.
who was ranked 14th in the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah. Anthony Davis probably going crazy.
That is how you finish out a season. So anyway, the point is, this is not normal, right? To potentially, we're talking about, it hasn't happened in 20 years where you win less than 4 Big Ten games.
Yeah.
And you guys are saying you don't know that you could find more than 1 or even 1, maybe 2 wins on this schedule.
No. I mean, they're just so uninspired. What I was going to say before was I remember prior to the season, the 4 of us playing the schedule game for the Badgers, and you guys, I think, picked them to go 6-6. And we were talking about, okay, where's the signature win, right? Fickle's due. He hasn't gotten that signature win yet. That's not even a possibility in our minds now. And we're only a couple weeks into the season. It's still September, and we have ruled out the possibility of a signature win for Luke Fickell in 2025. That's how far the Badgers have fallen. That's sad.
So the difference between the team and the program now versus that 08 season and that 02 season is like, in 02, you read some of those names that were like players that you knew were good. You had a coach that had success, and you had a program that had an identity.
What do you got now?
Same thing in 08, right? I mean,
yeah, sure.
They had a bad quarterback, but you had John Clay, you had P.J. Hill, you had Garrett Graham and David Gilreath and Travis Beckham and Nick Toon and like Kyle Jefferson. You had a lot of guys there.
By the way, you also had Barry Alvarez as the coach. Like Barry Alvarez went 5-7, 8-6, 7-6 in that stretch there, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like every year that Barry Alvarez was there, it was double-digit wins.
No. But you knew what the program was.
It stood for something. Right.
And now you enter a Badger. And my whole thing with the Badger, too much blame is being placed on Luke Fickell.
I agree.
Right now. Like, this isn't just a Luke Fickell issue.
It's not.
This is not just a Luke Fickell issue. This is something that is bigger than Luke Fickell. It has to
He's
do
part of the problem by all means. But it's not just him.
Hey, let's let Greg go. Who's okay? So who's it? If it's bigger than Luke Fickell, who is it?
I think it's just pervasive around what is happening within the Wisconsin athletic department, how things are
Badger basketball, like other sports, Badger volleyball, like when you're saying the department as a whole,
I'm saying how
or
they
just
have
just
gone,
within the football program,
how they have gone about this football program, building this football program up. I think Fickell, from an assistant coach standpoint, what his staff looks like. I think from a loss of identity
are you saying the
standpoint,
administration's not giving him the resources
They've
to hire
gave
the
him
right
all the money
assistant
to
coach?
go before.
I don't think it's set up to provide the resources that need to be provided. I don't think it's set up to build the brand as far as what is Wisconsin now or what is Wisconsin in the future. And when you have misalignment, we talk about it more in professional sports. When you have misalignment from ownership to GM to coach, that's where you start to see major issues. And I think right now there isn't a full alignment between who Wisconsin is, who they want to be, who's on the coaching staff, who's on the field, and it just feels like everything they're doing is grasping at straws. And I think they need a full audit of exactly what they're trying to do.
I hear what you're saying.
You think they're one coach away?
No. The problem is this. It's hard for me to hear that and think that Indiana, who brought in transfers from James Madison, right, and brought in a very good football coach. And I don't know how much money was infused.
A lot more.
But
Wisconsin.
I doubt. And Kurt probably wasn't making, when he got signed to Indiana, he probably wasn't making the same amount of money that Luke Fickell is making. So I'm assuming Indiana just ended up finding the right players and had a better coach. Illinois, you're telling me that Brett Bielema all of a sudden he was able to build that up and we weren't able to build that up like Illinois was able to build that up. So all I'm saying is this, is the decisions that he made in the sense of, you're talking about the offensive coordinator. They paid the previous offensive coordinator, Longo. That was the guy he wanted. That was who he wanted, and it was a failure, right? And so overall, when I look at what he did, what he built is why we have this failure here. Now, Wisconsin being cheap, it sucks.
All right.
But if he found a way to be successful year one,
quick fact check,
basketball.
just for a moment.
I don't think it's
just
cheap.
a quick fact check. Kirk Cignetti makes more money than Luke Fickell.
No, when he first got there, before he got there, what did he make the first year he got there?
That was last year.
Yeah. Well, how much did he make?
$8 million.
No.
He signed an 8-year, $64 million deal last year.
When he got there.
I don't think that it's like
the buyout of Tom Allen is the biggest in Big Ten history. Their former head coach. The buyout there was the biggest in Big Ten history, which tells me they got a large sum of money, thus how they have turned themselves into a powerhouse in 2 years. That's what happened at Indiana. It's way more money than Wisconsin has. It's not like Kirk Cignetti showed up and snapped his fingers and said, okay, we're one of the best top 12 teams in the country now. They got infused with a ton of money. Indiana has one of the
average annual compensation with a $1 million annual retention bonus.
Yeah, no,
at Indiana,
that's big money. But
and I don't think this is like, I think this athletic department, to your point, Craig, is great, right?
Yes.
In so many other sports, they took a swing and they tried to do something different with this Wisconsin program. And it didn't work on the football side of things. Like, I still have confidence in the athletic department because you've seen it in other places.
I agree.
But they need a full audit of exactly what's happening with this football program, where it went
so
wrong.
Then are you saying they need, because that is the same
What was
thing.
your degree in?
So are you like that? Like
a guard goes out and raises his own money.
No, I know, but it's all
He's
run
got
by
his
the
own
same
donors.
place. So are you saying there needs to be a general manager of the football program, and that's what's missing?
Wouldn't hurt.
Likely, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I think that you have to go out and really figure out what is our plan. I can tell you what Greg Gard's plan is. You know what Kelly Sheffield's plan is.
Yep.
Can anybody tell us what Luke Fickell's plan is right now?
So you're saying either Chris McIntosh needs to hire a GM for football or become that.
Well, they have
and
a GM.
Somebody else.
Marcus Sedberry was promoted earlier this year to be the GM, first ever in Wisconsin football. There's an article over at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel from earlier this week explaining what he does. I still don't really understand it after reading that, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, I think
I missed that one. Greg, so is this who needs to go?
Look, I'm not saying who needs to go, who needs to stay. I'm saying that right now it feels like a
that one.
This general manager of the Badger football program that I didn't know exists, is he the one not alive?
He was the deputy athletic director.
I feel like it's a rudderless ship, and I actually think very highly of the captain. I think very highly of Chris McIntosh. I think very highly of a lot of people in the athletic department. So I'm not saying you need to go out, clean house. Fickell might, I still think Fickell's a great football coach. You don't go from being a great football coach to just a horrible football coach, but there's clearly some level of misalignment where they need to say, what's our 3-year plan? What's our 5-year plan? And to be able to accurately communicate that to a fan base that is just confused right now, and an alumni base that is losing belief. And when your alumni base loses belief, they're not going to basically, give you millions and tens of millions of dollars. And I know Big Cat's trying to get, a billionaire alum to donate a lot of money, but Kyle's still trying to prove Strofe wrong as far as how much money Cignetti got. He's talking in my ear. I can't even get my point out.
What's wrong, Kyle?
Strofe is just making stuff up. He signed for $4.5 million, Strofe, when he first got to Indiana, not $8 million. He got
he got the extension this year?
Yes, last year, 2024.
Okay, but he's making more money than Fickell.
Yeah,
that was ultimately my point.
They won. That was the whole point. He got all these transfers to come in from James Madison, and he won. He took guys. I noticed for a fact they weren't getting big guys. You know why? Because they called my little cousin to try to come to damn Indiana. And guess what? I love little cuz, but little cuz ain't getting $300,000, $400,000. He took an average football team and players, and he made them into a great program.
They called a starting linebacker in the portal, Kyle. That's not shocking. Stay in the conference he was leaving.
My whole point is that I put it on Luke Fickell for the reason why this football program is losing, simply because he hasn't been able to build a culture with this program to win. Yes, money helps you win a lot of football games, but you got to get to the point where people start pouring in money.
What do you mean? What do you mean he didn't build a culture? Have you read his vest? Together, everybody achieves more, Kyle.
They achieve nothing. But the thing is that when I look at the Wisconsin Badgers basketball program, think about it. A couple years ago, we were just like, oh my gosh, you got to get rid of him. They start winning, and what happens? He came into the studio when he came on KBN. Oh, he was smiling ear to ear because the money good for the basketball program now. But why is it? Because they believed in what he's doing there, and they invested in him.
Because he has been amazing at acclimating to the new culture of college athletics.
On the Carbless Talking text line where Liz is more, John says, what about the thought of having an all-pro player coaching staff and make the Badgers feel like the developmental school for linemen in the NFL and running backs behind them?
Oh, wow. What happened to that?
Interesting concept.
That could be an identity.
Yeah, a lot of that identity, though, starts with recruiting within the state and building out that network and reestablishing relationships with the coaches. What do you mean what happened? You know what happened.
What happened to the wall we used to have around Wisconsin? Every fat boy in Wisconsin wanted to be a Badger. Every punter from Wisconsin wanted to be. But look, everybody.
Did you say every punter?
Every punter who was great like Brad Norman.
That was a Brad Norman pop.
Wanted to go to Wisconsin. I'm just saying, what happened? What, we're losing kids left and right.
All our punters. We are losing. Have you noticed the net punting averages throughout the Big Ten? The wall of punters around Wisconsin is gone.
Look, you need to focus on something. And when they came in, right, and I actually appreciated the swing that they took, and it's something that a lot of us wanted, was they said, hey, we want to try to win a national championship. And they started recruiting down in Florida and on the coast and trying to get more skill players and trying to get faster. And they thought that was the way to acclimate. But you can't focus on everything at once. Their focus turned away from that wall around the state. Their focus turned away from recruiting within these Wisconsin high schools. And all
the whole
of a sudden,
recruiting class left. Literally. And then the best guy you had last year left. Well, going to Miami.
I'm getting the impression Kyle's upset.
You are?
He's a Badger fan. You don't think most Badger fans are upset with what's going on at the program?
I'm just getting I'm under the impression I think Kyle's a little upset.
I don't let these games bother me anymore.
Oh, really?
But when we're talking about it's not Luke Fickell. No, it's Luke Fickell. Like, I'm not asking for a national championship. I'm asking for a damn bowl game. We can't even do that. We can't even beat Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska. Come on, man. The bar is too low. One game. We're going to win one conference game. And we're just going to be like, oh, okay. And we're not talking about firing somebody. That is abysmal.
Minnesota just scored a touchdown. It's about to be 24-21 right now.
But more interesting than that was what happened right before it. So I'll just bring you back. It was 24-14. The Steelers were leading in the game, and they completed a pass all the way down to the 3-yard line. Mike Tomlin sent in the field goal team to put them up what would have been 27-14 at the time. And Aaron Rodgers sent them away. And Tomlin was like, no, they're coming in.
Oh.
And then they both went to the sideline. And then Tomlin actually sent back the offense in after what seemed like a uncomfortable, like Rodgers showing up the coach kind of moment. And they decided to go for it on 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Gainwell gets stopped at the 1-yard line, and the idea is like, okay, so the Vikings are now down 10. They're not going to go 99 yards, and they're not going to have 2 scoring drives in 4 minutes. The Vikings just went 99 yards.
Big passing play to Jordan Addison.
Yeah, for a touchdown, and now it is 24-21.
No.
Vikings only have, yes.
Isn't he still suspended?
Oh, I think that was number 3, Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison had an 81-yard completion.
Oh, he's back?
I
thought he was suspended the first 4 weeks. He has only been 3.
4 catches, 114 yards for Jordan Addison today, including that 81-yarder.
Oh, in the legalese? Wait a second. Broke another fantasy rule
Kick
right
him
here.
out. Give him the
Wait, what'd he do?
He's got a guy who's playing on his IR right now.
Why is he even on the IR?
Unacceptable.
Wait.
I don't think he's on my IR. Let me double check.
Suspended players aren't on IR eligible.
Oh, we're good. No, we're good.
Okay. So now they have 24-21. They only have 1 timeout. So with 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning, do you? I guess you have to go onside here, right? Yeah. If you're the Vikings.
Yep.
If they had all 3 timeouts, definitely kicked you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
1 timeout. I mean, you could still kick deep and get the ball back with the 2-minute warning.
Do we not do commercial breaks around here anymore?
I mean, you complain when I'm on time. You complain.
I never complain. I complimented.
I'll pat myself on the back here for that one. I told Craig to break, and then I said something. And
yeah.
Then you got upset.
It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi Sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
Breezy Ben Brust. Just whichever way the wind's blowing. I have bad posture. I don't have a great backbone, Joshy.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School open house is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Run 40% alcohol by volume.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm in the zone, baby.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Steelers trying to get one first down to end the game in Ireland. 2nd and 6 at the Steelers 45. Steelers lead 24-21. Trying to milk the clock. Kenneth Gainwell does a great job of both taking a lot of time, staying in bounds, gaining a ton of yards, and leading it down to 152 when the Vikings had to use their final timeout. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Steelers.
Greg, does it make it okay since you're not doing it with, you're just giving?
Yes, I'm doing it like totally in the legal. I did it totally in the legal way.
What is the legal way?
By not doing any live play-by-play.
Yeah, he's not. He's just
so you're recapping.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
which you can do.
And the Steelers are now 1 yard away from icing a game and giving the Minnesota Vikings their 2nd loss of the season. Last year, they got their 2nd loss of the season in week 16?
Something like that. In honoring the Rooney's legacy, which is a big part of the reason why the Steelers are playing in Ireland today.
And why the Packers were supposed to be there today.
They were. Ben Bruss.
I don't know. I think Bruss cursed that, actually. I think if Ben didn't report on it, then it would have happened. But there's no way that the Packers...
Do you think LaFleur was like, I'm not letting Bruss get one over on me?
Be the one that breaks this story. Yeah.
Well, how did... You know what? Never mind. I'm not doing this again.
What? Ben was right. Aaron Rodgers.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
I'm watching the Vikings and the Steelers.
Was not right.
Okay.
So what did Ben Bruss actually report?
He reported that it would be today would be the Packers Steelers in Dublin, Ireland.
And much like he does before his shows, he called me to help him word the actual tweet so he wasn't culpable in case he was wrong. And it was vetted through multiple sources.
Good sources.
Yeah,
Good
great sources, clearly.
No, dude, Aaron Rodgers ruined it. That's why. Why do you think the Vikings are playing back-to-back games?
Or counterpoint, maybe they don't actually schedule NFL games
Here's
in January.
What we knew, because these were technically my sources that were provided to Ben
here we go. It's his defense.
What we knew is this was going to be a game with the Steelers, and it was likely to be against the Packers. We knew the date of the game. We knew the location of the game because of some sources we had in the motherland of
they
Ireland.
don't finish the NFL schedule until the
Correct.
Until May.
And because Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are in fact stopped a half a yard short
Go for it.
on 3rd down.
Go for it.
Get his old behind off the field.
Go for it.
We discussed Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin having a disagreement on the last possession of whether to keep the offense on the field or not. This time they're only if they get stopped, only about 15 yards away from field goal range. Reichard's got a cannon. What's it called when you have a big foot? I guess a cannon's an arm.
Cannon's fine.
Can a cannon be used to describe a foot?
Be anything.
Go
for it.
No, you're going to give him the jump off sides. They took the penalty. They just took the penalty, give him more room to punt it. They got a good defense.
They
let the
did,
defense
in
work.
fact, as Kyle said, lined up on 4th down and let the play clock go to 0. The Steelers will be looking to coffin corner the Vikings in and see if Carson Wentz can go what'll be about 50 yards in a minute or so to tie the game and send it into overtime in the first ever Dublin game. We'll keep you updated on that and a whole lot more as we continue. But I will tell you that wherever you go in Wisconsin, you seem to see Gruber Law Offices, and that's because they care. Whether it's at the Komen Walk for a Cure this weekend or whether it's at the Brewers game today, when you're doing things in the community, Gruber Law Offices is there. And that's because while they are nationally recognized, they are locally owned and operate exclusively right here in the state of Wisconsin. So if you or a loved one is ever injured, remember what I always tell everyone. It's one call, that's all. Not a marketing slogan, a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. That is, one call, that's all at Gruber Law Offices.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Sundays are for football and carbless. Born in Wisconsin, carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are packed with flavor, not sugar. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. Whether you're tailgating in Green Bay or calling the plays from your couch, carbless is the cocktail that's always game day ready. Crisp, clean, and crafted to win. This season, drink like a champion. Drink carbless, a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been shaping the future for businesses for 167 years and for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. We offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making, and extensive experience to help you navigate the ever-changing business landscape with your business in mind. At Fifth Third, we're big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, yet empowered to make local decisions and build strong community connections. Experience the commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Give me your biggest takeaway.
One.
Oh, number one?
Yes.
With the bullet, it's not even close. Micah Parsons is the guy we thought he is.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Took a shot at Henry, I was going crazy. They say my whole hood got it under investigation. They know they talk that stick talk. They know we talk that lick talk.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A Carson Wentz interception overturned by instant replay. Vikings now 1st and 5 at their own 30-yard line with 48 seconds to go, looking to get into field goal range to potentially send this game in Dublin to overtime, where it is now a 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Reichard, I believe, has kicked a 50-yard plus field goal in the last 7 games, which is an NFL record, something like that. So, I mean, he is absolutely incredible.
Remember when the Packers didn't have a kicker? That was an interesting era.
Yeah.
It pays to have a good kicker.
Like in between Mason Crosby and now. Like what happened in between there?
I don't know if McManus is a good kicker. Do we know that?
Well, he missed the one. What was that, week 2 against Washington?
He's missed 2 kicks.
He has.
Well, he got blocked last week.
Yeah.
And that was a trajectory issue, easy for me to say, plus a blocking
Well,
issue.
that's the kicker's issue then, if it's a
It's
trajectory.
the operation. Kicker owns the operation.
You might be right. You know what? I took
Who
a
owns
victory
the
lap
Badger
too soon.
football operation? Is it this general manager?
That's a trajectory
or
issue
are we
also.
saying he just got
It's
here
like
too
the
late?
it's like the Spider-Man meme where you just have a bunch of people pointing at one another.
Yeah, that's true. Also a trajectory issue, just different.
And actually,
trajectory.
Barry's pointing at the fans. Barry thinks it's a fan issue.
Nick Herbig, by the way, just gets Carson Wentz to throw it away in a way that is going to be a intentional grounding.
But Herbig got out right in time. He knew what to do. He left early because he said, I ain't staying here for this fickle era. Get me up out of here. But it tainted him.
Well, he was also just ridiculously good and could go to the NFL.
Yeah. It was like a 4th-round pick.
There was such a great run.
But he was a
defensive
4th-round
players.
pick, and he could have, what you're saying is if the whole operation was good enough, he could have been making $2.5 million in sacking quarterbacks.
Yeah,
but they tried to change the whole defense. Though,
I don't know if we can blame this general manager who came in February. Did we think he was going to be able to do this?
You're the only you and Struff.
I didn't even know he existed.
Mark, well, he was
Marcus
he was McIntosh's right-hand man.
Yeah, he was
the WAD.
he was
Awesome
part of
dude.
the athletic department for a while.
Yeah.
Great dude. I just don't know what he does.
Well, you read the Journal Sentinel article, didn't you? Didn't
I
it tell you?
still
what
have it
did?
up in front of me. Here, I'll read it to you.
No, you don't need to.
Yeah,
Please.
No, thank you.
We're good.
Instead, you could tell us about Door County Distillery.
I can do that. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in Door County, just north of the aforementioned Sturgeon Bay in Carlsville. If you're heading to Door County this fall, make sure you stop in. It's connected to Door Peninsula Winery as well. You can do the tours, you can do the tastings, you can check out the exclusive product, or if you're like me, you're going to be sitting on the couch having a few cocktails sometime tonight when the Green Bay plays Dallas on Sunday night. Mix it up with Door County Distillery, whether it's the whiskey or the brandy, the cherry brandy, infused with local Door County cherries for your old fashions or any of them in between. Check out their website, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you.
By the way, Ian texted in, which was great. I wonder if Penn State will learn from Wisconsin and not fire Franklin, right? You know, the guy's like 4-20 against top teams. You know your place and realize Penn State and Wisconsin aren't always going to win the national championship. Wisconsin now has a long road to get back to just being in the top 5 of the Big Ten.
It's not a long road.
I love Paul Chryst for what he did. I don't know if Paul Chryst was going to survive in this era of college football. I don't know if getting rid of Paul Chryst was the problem. Now, you could make the argument that Jimmy Leonard would have been a culture
I feel
fit.
like, yeah.
Everybody would have been on the sideline. Guys would have been coming back. I mean, I don't know how he would have adjusted. He's young. He's still young. He would have adjusted.
I mean,
to
he's
this world.
Sean Payton's basically his assistant head coach in Denver right now, right?
Sure is. I love me some Jimmy Leonard down there.
Yeah.
It is time for our Palermo's picks as we continue. 14 seconds to go. We'll tell you what happens in Dublin. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Even though it's not the season of giving, we still want to thank Jerry for his gift.
As Goff's being chased by Parsons. Look out! He's got him! His first sack as a Green Bay Packer.
Get all your green and gold coverage leading up to Packers versus Cowboys on Sunday Night Football right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Micah.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Fall in Wisconsin means football season, crisp evenings, apple orchards, and pumpkin patches. But it is also one of the best times to sell your home. With serious buyers looking and fewer homes on the market, you could score a deal before winter hits with the We Sell Group. Don't delay until chaos hits in the spring. The We Sell Group is ready to give your home a home field advantage so it gets sold this fall. The We Sell Group, helping Wisconsinites score big in their next chapter. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan, less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part, your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Whether it's breaking Packers news, breaking Bucks news, or breaking Brewers news, we are Milwaukee's place for the biggest sports stories right when they happen on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, boy. It is our Palermo's pick brought to us by Palermo's Pizza. Oh, that's what tonight.
That sounds good tonight.
Going to the Brewers game, then Sunday night football.
You got a big day.
Where you sitting at?
Palermo's. Oh, I'm sitting in good seats. You might see me if you're watching. I'm going. Friends taking me to the game today.
Wow.
Harper and I got good seats.
Man, I don't have good friends, I guess.
Yeah. 10th game with Harper of the year. 13th overall.
Good for you.
True
Did you
Brewers
cash
fan.
out too?
Unlike how, yeah. Cashed out on the division win. Cashed out on Brewers to make the playoffs.
Probably a little bit more than Kyle did.
Well, we did what we both can afford.
I was unit shaming. That's bad on me. Hand up.
What do you mean? It's
I'm
bad.
sorry.
You're comparing me to Craig?
Yeah.
I can't lay down what Craig lays down. That would be irresponsible of me.
Time for our Palermo's picks, and remember, everybody, Wisconsin's hometown pizza tonight and every night. It's awesome. So many different brands you could support, and you're supporting a great Wisconsin company that gives back, that creates jobs. We love Palermo's and all of their different brands. We're going to have a little Screaming Sicilian tonight. All right, so there's a lot of things to catch up on.
We got a lot to do.
Yeah, first of all, do you want to look at the early look at our predictions for game by game? Because we all had the Commanders beating the Packers except for Kyle. Scalzo.
Wait, y'all thought the Packers were going to lose that game?
Scalzo had the Browns beating the Packers. So Scalzo.
Did you really?
Yep.
Wait, when did he pick that?
Craig Karmazin
At the very beginning of the year.
also had the Browns beating the Packers. 2 of the 4 of us had the Browns beating the Packers.
Wait, we went game by game. Is this when I said 17-0?
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
You're keeping this?
Yes.
Oh, that was a joke.
Oh,
Kyle.
now it's a joke.
Kyle,
now it's a joke.
Last week it wasn't a joke. Last week they were
You and
actually
your
going to
boy
go 17-0.
Sheen. What happened to your boy Sheen?
Wait a minute now.
My boy Sheen.
Your boy Sheen.
Well, I mean, my boy's still going to give me 12 to 13 of them things.
By the
so
way,
I'm okay.
so Alex Strofe is 1-2 on Packers games this year.
I picked the Commanders.
And the rest of us are 2-1 picking the Packers.
Wait, so you actually wrote down all of our picks in May?
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it in May.
And
I'm
what
impressed.
I said is you get 1 point for each game.
Okay.
And 5 points if you get the record.
I guess
Now,
I know what I'm doing.
Alex is the one who's the only one in good shape on this, I think. Because at the time, I had the Packers going 8-9.
What?
Greg had them going 9-8.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Strophe had them going 11-6.
Ooh, I want to up that.
Yeah, they're going to win 13.
And you have them 17-0.
So, I mean, it's
This was before they went and got the most transcendent defensive
I know,
player in the
exactly.
league.
Yeah, but we can't adjust our
I
picks
know.
from 4 months
I
prior.
agree, but
I
I'm
know.
saying
So-
Excuse me, really quickly.
So I had the
Alex Strofe
Cowboys today,
was
and the
spot
rest
on.
of you had the Packers.
Thanks.
Those two were haters to the Packers. I probably said that at that time. 8 or 9
I think you
wins.
did, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They both
if they
predicted a
didn't
backslide.
have Micah Parsons,
They would
then I
still
feel
have 11 wins.
That
If they
defense is so good,
Yeah.
man.
their
They just-
offense has been not great
It has
this
not been
year.
great.
Their
27,
defense has been unbelievable.
But it's
27,
early.
27.
And,
I mean,
and they lost to the Browns, and you don't think they could have lost one of those first 2 games without Micah Parsons?
I
And
guess
been
we'll
sitting here at
never
1 and 2,
know.
and then
Guess
at
we'll never
Cowboys,
know.
if
I think they win that Lions
I didn't know
game no matter
CeeDee
what.
Lamb was going to be hurt. If I had known CeeDee Lamb was going to be hurt,
Wow.
And you don't know what other injuries are to come.
Come on, Greg. Why would you say that?
I'm saying from the opposing teams.
knock on
Or for the Packers.
Knock
Like,
on wood.
you know,
Knock on wood now. Now.
I don't think there's any wood in here, is there?
I do like the
what?
Packers
I don't know what
tonight.
this is. It might be.
I think this is going to be. I'm not going to say like
You
as
own the place. Is this wood?
I'm not going to say this is ugly as the Cowboys playoff game was. You know, when the Packers went there and dominated, and because that one was really ugly. But I think the Packers will dominate this game.
I did too.
I don't think without CeeDee Lamb, I just don't trust that the Cowboys have the explosiveness. And they gave up 450 passing yards to Russell Wilson.
He's 0. So the Cowboys are 0-3 when he misses games the last couple of years, and they average 13 points.
Yeah, I don't think as I said, I don't think the Packers' offense will be as good as it was that day, but I don't think it needs to be. I'd say Packers 31-13.
I like that.
I have Packers 31-17. I'm with you.
I'm 34-17. Probably maybe go down to 14.
I'll go Packers 28-10.
Okay.
No haters
fine
of the
with that.
Packers today. Anyone got a best bet that they want to share from Cover 5?
My best bet is already over. I had Pittsburgh plus 2.5.
Well, that's a dumb best bet.
He
I said
has
that you
four
want
other
to
picks.
share.
He has 4 other picks.
I like the Chargers minus 6.5 against the Giants. I'm going Cover 5 spread here because that's where we put our points in. I like the Chargers minus 6.5 against the Giants.
I did
Jackson
as
Dart
well.
first start.
I like that.
Yeah, I went with that also.
Rams minus 3.5 against the Colts.
Yep, I had that going. I will also throw in
Rams
there-
coming off a tough loss
Tough
where they
loss.
outplayed the Eagles for most of that game. The Rams look good. I know
Rams are
we
good.
haven't put them into that 6-7 group, but
Rams are
if
good.
you're saying Buccaneers are in that, I
That's
think
true.
the Rams to this point have looked better than the Buccaneers, even
You
with
know
that
what?
loss.
Very good point by
On
you.
my
I
Cover
agree.
5, I do have the Buccaneers plus 3.5
I
at
switched
home
it
against
out.
Really?
Philadelphia.
I switched it out.
I don't think Philly's as great as everybody
I'm too
thinks
much of
they
a
are.
wimp. I avoid the big games
I
like
do
that
too.
on
I do
Cover
too,
5.
Greg. I do too.
And I got Atlanta at home against Washington.
Oh, I
plus
love that one.
2.5.
Yeah, I
I
love
have
that
that one too.
I like that Cover
I have
5
that one
spread
too.
with Jaden
You
Daniels.
got Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah.
With Jaden Daniels out and Terry McLaurin
And
out.
Terry McLaurin out.
Yeah,
You got
both those
Penix.
guys
I
out.
still think that
Penix looks
Falcons
so bad against the
offense-
Panthers, but
doesn't matter.
let's not overreact to the Panthers' loss. I'm
They've
with
got
you.
30-0.
I really like the Falcons. Who you like this week, Kyle?
Yeah, so the guys, I literally just switched this one out because I didn't want to touch Tampa Bay because I had them as well. I got Jacksonville to cover 3.5 at San Francisco. I got LA to cover minus 3.5 against.
Man, by the way, how
Indiana.
do you trust Jacksonville in any matchup? Man? They are the most all over the place.
Should I
team.
change it, Craig?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not the one who has to pay off a bet. That's Alex Strofe who does, who lost our Cover 5 bet from
San Francisco
2023.
doesn't have anybody.
Remember about 90 seconds ago when you said, and I quote, I'm a wimp?
San
End quote.
Fran's got Pearsall and Juwan Jennings going. Now you do have Mac Jones at quarterback, but you have Kyle Shanahan.
All right, I'm changing now. I'm going with the Washington Commanders.
We don't have a punishment for this year for this show.
Craig's
We need to come up with one.
No, we don't, because we
Craig's
shouldn't waste.
No, we don't pay off bets around here. So.
Why? You lost.
Lost
and
Vegas and
you
Packers.
lost, and then you lost the second time.
No, you lost.
Who had the least points?
In week one?
No, the year we did this bet.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, by
2
the way.
years ago.
Which you had said on the show multiple times and then backed out multiple times.
No.
Of paying off the
who
bet.
had the
Here's
least
the
points?
thing. You
pay
can't
off
go
bets
back
on the
2
show.
years. We made a bet here in agreement that whoever lost week one was going to suffer the punishment.
That's true.
That was it.
I disagreed with it.
It's like a court case. Like that's the new precedent. It overcame the old precedent.
Well, I
Bad
mean,
precedent.
Hey,
And I was
We're setting a bad precedent.
And the only
on the show.
reason I was going to pay off the bet is because nobody knew who you were, so it wouldn't have been fun for some random
That's his
guy
favorite
from
joke.
Madison. It's not a joke.
Nobody people stopping you at Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
you know, talking to you.
nobody knew who Alex Strofe was in Milwaukee. He wasn't in both markets, so it would have been dumb to have you pay off a bet when nobody knew who you were.
Craig,
now you're a big
I might
star.
go to Trader Joe's right now.
And so now you can pay it off. Everyone, if you want to see Alex Strofe, go to Trader Joe's at Bayshore right now. Stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. Badger Volleyball is coming up next. That is a program, not next, but soon. That's a program that doesn't settle. Kyle, send us out.
Peace.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Bink. The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic. Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.